What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Bluebird Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, VASYL High-Tech Lomachenko, as we know, has been elevated to the WBC franchise champion, which seen undefeated rising lightweight superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney elevated to the regular champion, as he was the mandatory challenger and the intercontinental WBC champion, right? He has since been elevated as the last 48 hours. He's been elevated to the regular WBC champion, which seen VASYL High-Tech Lomachenko elevated to a franchise champion. There's only been two of these guys in the history of the sport of boxing, that being Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez and now VASYL High-Tech Lomachenko. With that said, VASYL High-Tech Lomachenko has been campaigning and stating that he wants to be undisputed lightweight world champion, right? He only needed to wait for the Teofimo Lopez-Richard Commey fight that's scheduled to take place December 14th at Madison Square Garden, New York, on the undercard of Terrence Bud Crawford, undefeated WBO welterweight superstar pound-for-pound king card, as he will take on Kavakuskis, the Mean Machine, December 14th in the main event. On the undercard, we'll see Teofimo Lopez face off against Richard Commey in the IBF belt. VASYL High-Tech Lomachenko holds the WBC, the WBO, and the WBA. Richard Commey and Teofimo Lopez fighting for the IBF belt, right? So VASYL Lomachenko claimed that he was waiting for the winner of that bout so he could face them for undisputed. This was his claim to fame, right? He last fought in September. That's the reason why he said he did not want to fight Devin Haney anytime soon, because he wanted to wait for the winner of that fight, right? So he could become undisputed. But at the same token, he said he wanted to fight again before the year's out. So everybody was calling for him to fight Devin Haney, right? Because the winner of that fight won't be ready until, at the very least, February, right? So with that said, now VASYL Lomachenko has been elevated to franchise WBC champion, meaning that he's no longer the WBC, he's no longer a WBC belt holder, point blank and period, right? He's a franchise, so it's a trophy, right? That's all it is, right? So it's not real. He doesn't hold a real title anymore. Essentially, he vacated or was stripped of the WBC belt, point blank and period. He's no longer a WBC belt holder. So for him to face the winner of Teofimo Lopez versus Richard Commey is for no reason, because he can't be undisputed without the WBC belt. In order to be undisputed, he needs to hold all four major sanctioned bodies, right? He needs to hold the WBA, WBO, IBF, and the WBC. Now he's no longer the WBC champion. He vacated that title. So how could he possibly be undisputed? How could he fight Richard Commey and Teofimo Lopez winner for undisputed? He can't, right? But according to VASYL Lomachenko, he just stated that he's still the WBC champion and that he will be fighting the winner of that fight for undisputed. And then after that, he'll see what takes place. And on top of that, he has notified that he will not be going back down and weight he will be staying and campaigning at 135 for the remainder of his career, unless it's a huge fight that arises, that presents itself for him to go, and he won't go past dropping down to 130. So he says unless a fight presents itself at 130, that's a mega fight, he will be campaigning for the rest of his career at 135. But this is the same guy who said that he will be dropping down in weight. This, according to his promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter Bob Arum, he will only have a couple of fights at 135 because he's a small 135-pounder, and he really is a 130-pounder, even 126-pounder, that's campaigning at 135, and after this, he will be dropping back down. Thus why he highlighted he couldn't fight Mikey Garcia, right? Because he's too small. But yet, now he's saying that he's not willing to go back down. So he's going to stay and campaign at 135. But yet he didn't want to fight Devin the Dream Haney. But yet he's still saying that he is the champion. And when he fight Teofimo Lopez, Richard Commey winner, because he's still planning on doing that, he will be undisputed. And we heard Mauricio Sulaiman, WBC president, say that when he fights Teofimo Lopez, Richard Comey winner, and he's victorious, he still will be the WBC champion, in which he was asked, how could that be possible if he's not a belt holder? And Mauricio Suleiman responded by saying, he still represents us as a brand. These are the games they play with the fans in the sport of boxing. They look at us, and believe that we don't, only thing we have in between our ears is air, right? Because for them to tell us you have to be a belt holder. So how can he possibly be an undisputed champion without holding a WBC belt? Because he will have to go through DEVIN HANEY to be undisputed now, right? He still holds the WBA and the WBO, but he no longer holds the WBC. But because they elevated him, right? He's still a champion. He's a franchise champion. Franchise is not an official belt holder. Answers. There's questions that need to be answered. Point blank and period. At the end of the day, VASYL Lomachenko fights Teofimo Lopez, Richard Comey. You will not be undisputed. And to let's talk about him not dropping down to 130. So all the excuses he had about not fighting guys because he planned on dropping back down, all excuses. You see how that gets debunked? You see? This is what they do to you. This is the agenda they have. This is how they try to pull the wool over your eye. So now they're going to try to tell you he's still the WBC champion, but they just elevated Devin the Dream Haney to regular champion. So which one is it? I'm just as confused as y'all. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Bluebird Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Bluebird Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. VASYL High-Tech Lomachenko says, regardless of his status, when he fight the winner Richard Comey, Teofimo Lopez, and victorious, he'll still be undisputed. And he's no longer going down past 135. He's going to campaign at 35 for the rest of his career, unless there's a mega lucrative fight at 130, and he ain't going no lower than that. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.